A new rumor suggests Triple H himself could soon step directly into WWE storylines, with plans potentially tied to the Vision angle following the Royal Rumble. According to Dirt Sheet reports, Triple H himself has internally pushed for an on-screen role following the Royal Rumble 2026, with the idea being to insert his authority figure presence into the ongoing Vision storyline. As WWE's chief content officer and head of creative, the move would be intentional and self-driven, rather than something written around him by others. The belief backstage is that Triple H sees value in personally anchoring the storyline, using the real-life executive power to raise the stakes and give the angle added legitimacy as WWE builds toward WrestleMania 42. His involvement would not be framed as a nostalgia appearance, but as a calculated narrative device designed to add consequence, emotion, and star power. While the exact length of his on-screen run has not been finalized, sources indicate this would not be a one-off segment and could play a meaningful role in shaping the Vision storyline heading into WrestleMania season. The reasoning behind the move is straightforward. Triple H and WWE reportedly want to inject additional star power, authority, and emotional weight into the road to WrestleMania 42, and few figures carry more gravitas than Triple H. His presence alone would instantly raise the stakes, especially if creative plans call for confrontation, accountability, or power struggles tied to the Vision storyline. If this comes to fruition, it would mark another rare on-screen return for the game in a storyline-driven capacity, not just as an executive, but as a character capable of reshaping the narrative direction at the top of the card. Do you think Triple H should step back into an on-screen role for WrestleMania season? Would his involvement elevate the Vision storyline or distract from it? Sound off in the comments below. Brock Lesnar is expected to be part of WrestleMania 42, and a new report has shed light on who WWE currently plans for him to face on the biggest stage of them all. According to Self-Made Pro, during the latest Self-Made session, WWE is now lining up a long-awaited dream match, Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. While that matchup feels massive on its own, the report notes that it wasn't always the original direction. Gunther is definitely working Brock at WrestleMania. It was originally going to be Braun Breaker versus Brock, but now that Braun Breaker is set to get a title match there, Brock is facing Gunther. That pivot lines up with earlier reporting from F4W Online, which indicated WWE is planning 2 major World Championship matches for WrestleMania 42. One of those is expected to see CM Punk defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker, a move that effectively reshuffled WWE's long-term plans. Punk getting pinned, that finish was there to tell the story. The idea is that we're supposed to know WrestleMania, which is Cody and Roman, and Punk versus Braun Breaker are the championship matches. With Breaker elevated into a marquee title bout, WWE reportedly adjusted course, opening the door for Lesnar and Gunther to finally collide. It's a matchup fans have talked about for years, and one even Gunther himself has publicly welcomed. If this plan holds, WrestleMania 42 could feature one of the most physical showdowns in recent history. The Beast Incarnate versus the Ring General isn't just a big-name attraction, it's the kind of brutal, hard-hitting spectacle that could steal the entire weekend. Do you think Brock Lesnar versus Gunther is the WrestleMania match fans have been waiting for? Or would you have preferred a different opponent for Lesnar? Share your thoughts and how you'd book WrestleMania 42 in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. CM Punk's controversial departure from AEW is noticeably absent from the company's new official book, and now the author is explaining why. This book is All Elite, the inside story of All Elite Wrestling, written by longtime wrestling journalist Keith Elliott Greenberg, was released to chronicle AEW's first 5 years. But one glaring omission immediately stood out to fans: there's no mention of Punk's backstage conflicts, his altercations, or his eventual firing. Speaking with Futures of Wrestling, Greenberg addressed the decision directly. Some people have brought this up. Whenever I write a book, I'm always going to be criticized. One of the criticisms I telegraphed in advance, and I even discussed this with AEW, was that people were going to be unhappy that I don't talk about whatever chicanery occurred backstage that led to the departure of CM Punk. Greenberg clarified that his assignment wasn't to write a full expose, he was instead brought in to write a tribute, not a tell-all. He even compared it to writing a celebratory book about his favorite baseball team and intentionally leaving out the scandals. This is a tribute book. If I wrote a book about the New York Mets, I would talk about the 2 World Series runs. I would talk about their marquee players, but I wouldn't talk about the fact that the owners at the time were supposedly investors with Bernie Madoff. I was asked to do a book that is a tribute to AEW during the first 5 years, and that doesn't belong in a tribute book because really, we're just talking about 1 or 2 incidents. Despite choosing not to include CM Punk's drama, Greenberg emphasized that the book still offers a fresh behind-the-scenes insight for fans. He highlighted details such as the creation of the Stadium Stampede match, how the Acclaimed were formed, and stories involving Tony Storm and Mariah May. So while this book is all elite, avoids revisiting the chaos surrounding Punk's exit, Greenberg says the omission is intentional, not an oversight. Do you agree with leaving CM Punk's departure out of AEW's official book? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Logan Paul has had enough of the internet wrestling community, and he's no longer holding back. Speaking on his vlog, the Maverick directly addressed fans who continue to label him as a part-timer and an outsider in WWE. Visibly frustrated, Paul pushed back hard against the narrative that he isn't putting in the work or that his success inside the ring is being handed to him. They're telling me I'm a part-timer, an outsider, like I'm not working my Hey, newsflash IWC, get out your calendars. No, actually, I'll do it for you. Paul then laid out his recent match schedule, pointing to his in-ring activity as proof that he's been showing up consistently, often more than wrestlers who are rarely questioned. I wrestled November 24th, November 29th, December 8th, and December 15th. That's today. 4 out of the 5 weeks. I'm in a match, I'm wrestling, I'm working my... He also fired back at critics who argue that his matches only stand out because he has extended time to rehearse them. According to Paul, preparation isn't the reason, talent is. People say, oh, he takes weeks, he takes months to learn the match, that's why his matches are so good. F*** you. My matches are good because I'm f***ing good. Paul wasn't finished. He emphasized that he isn't just active, he's winning. I won all those matches. Not only am I working, I'm winning, and I can't stand it. His comments come just days after CM Punk offered unexpected praise on What's for Lunch, acknowledging Logan Paul's value in the industry and his ability to draw reactions. Everybody hates this dude, right? And I think that's one of the more admirable things about it, how much everybody hates him, because in our business, that's a good thing. That's dollars. Love him or hate him, Logan Paul's message was clear. He's not coasting, he's not hiding, and he's not here to be taken lightly. AEW star MVP is once again taking aim at WWE, this time for what he sees as a complete lack of respect shown to a former Intercontinental Champion. Currently aligned with the Hurt Syndicate in AEW alongside Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, MVP has been outspoken about WWE's handling of the group long before their exit. While MVP and Lashley's WWE contracts expired in 2024, Shelton Benjamin was released by the company in 2023, bringing an end to a WWE run that spanned more than a decade. Since reuniting in AEW, the Hurt Syndicate has quickly established itself as one of the promotion's strongest tag teams, even holding tag team gold for several months in 2025. That success has only intensified MVP's criticism of how WWE dismantled the Hurt business without a clear creative explanation, despite the faction's popularity and momentum. Speaking recently on Q101, MVP shifted focus specifically to Shelton Benjamin's WWE departure and didn't hold back. He expressed disbelief that a veteran of Benjamin's caliber was released without any sort of acknowledgement or follow-up role. WWE released Shelton Benjamin with no fanfare, no goodbyes, not even an offer to be a trainer. They were just, alright, you're gone. How would you not offer a trainer's gig to Shelton Benjamin, MVP said. Shelton's WWE tenure included multiple championship reigns and years of consistent in-ring excellence, yet many fans, and now MVP, believe his full potential was never truly realized. For MVP, the issue isn't about creative direction, but about respect for a performer who gave so much to the company. The comments add another layer to MVP's long-standing criticism of WWE's talent management and further highlight the contrast he sees between WWE's approach and AEW's willingness to invest in experienced veterans. What do you think? Should WWE have offered Shelton Benjamin a backstage or training role after his release, or was it simply time for both sides to move on? Sound off in the comments below. Following John Cena's shocking retirement at Saturday night's main event, Gunther found himself surrounded by furious fans outside the arena in Washington, D.C., followed by a hostile reception on Monday Night Raw. While many wrestlers might have tried to avoid the fallout, the ring general leaned into it. Speaking during his appearance on TMZ Inside the Ring, Gunther addressed footage that showed him calmly walking through an angry crowd without hiding or shielding himself. According to him, that decision was very much on purpose. "At first I wanted to embrace it a little bit," Gunther said. "I mean, I could have hidden more or something, but it felt good walking through the anger of the people." That same mindset carried over to Raw the following Monday night. With emotions still running high after Cena's final match, Gunther admitted he briefly considered addressing the crowd, but quickly realized silence would be far more effective. "I was thinking before going out on Monday, okay, what do I want to say today?" he explained. "But as soon as I walked out, I realized there's not much I should tell them today because I'm going to enjoy the damage that has been done and how upset they are." By choosing not to speak and allowing the crowd's rage to take center stage, Gunther turned the moment into something even more powerful. The boos, the anger, and the resentment only reinforced his position as WWE's most unapologetic antagonist. Ending John Cena's career was historic, but embracing the chaos afterward and enjoying it may have cemented Gunther as the most dangerous villain WWE has right now. Do you think Gunther has officially crossed into all-time great heel territory, or is this just the beginning of an even darker run? Sound off in the comments below. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.